Welcome to the latest episode of Bite-Sized Bible Breakdowns. This week we look at the story of the Jews wandering in the desert for 40 years as covered from Exodus 14 to Deuteronomy 34. At the beginning of the Exodus narrative in chapter 14 comes the crossing of the Red Sea with Pharaoh chasing the fleeing Israelites with his chariots and the beginnings of the wandering in the desert. There are multiple problems with this campfire story, as archaeologist Donald Redford points out in this clip from the documentary The Bible Unearthed.
All over the eastern delta and in the Sinai and up in the Negev and further north, there were permanent Egyptian garrisons and garrison points, checkpoints. And we have records, the letters that were sent back and the reports of such police on the comings and goings of wandering peoples. Certainly, there would have been no chance whatsoever for a group of people that large to move freely through the desert and into the Negev. Not a chance at all. Moreover, that would be the height of folly to go south into that inhospitable, barren land with mountains everywhere and little water and less food supply. The story simply doesn't fit in so many ways.
And there's an even bigger problem. Throughout the entire period in which the Bible places the Exodus, Canaan was in fact an Egyptian province, ruled by Egyptian governors. We know this because we have extensive Egyptian records from Canaan and a wealth of archaeological evidence.
Ignoring the inconsistency that Canaan was an Egyptian province during the supposed biblical time for the Exodus, we can also ignore the ridiculousness of wandering for 40 years in Egyptian-held territory. The Bible makes the claim that it was during the 40 years of wandering that Jews became monotheistic when God gave the Ten Commandments to Moses, of which one was captured in the directive, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." However, as demonstrated in the earlier videos, 1. Jews don't yet exist at the time the Exodus was claimed to have occurred. 2. There never was an enslavement or Exodus. But further, the monotheistic tradition did not occur until Josiah's reforms of the 7th century BCE, Jews having been henotheistic up until the Deuteronomistic Reformation. Set within the wandering narrative is the story where Moses received the Ten Commandments. An interesting side note is there are 3 separate versions of the Ten Commandments, a fact of which most monotheists are ignorant. The first set, and the common list most are familiar with, known as the ethical dialogue in Exodus 20. The second set, as Moses destroyed the first set, are actually referred to as the Ten Commandments and is also known as the ritual decalogue in Exodus 34. The third set, in Deuteronomy, is Josiah's reminder to his not previously monotheistic people who had apparently forgotten these important rules. Additionally, the Ten Commandments bear similar hallmarks in phrasing and terminology to Assyrian and Hittite vassal treaties, such as the Code of Hammurabi. Thanks for watching. Please check out the other videos on my channel if history is your thing, and see you next time.